Hello, my name is Gabe. For this problem, we're asked to find the standard form of an ellipse with the center at the origin and the vertices at plus or minus 9, 0, and we know that the minor axis has length 6. So before we begin, I'm just going to go ahead and sketch roughly what this ellipse is going to look like. So we know that the center is at the origin, and we know that we have vertices at plus 9, 0, which will be here, and at negative 9, 0. So there's our two vertices, and we also know that this minor axis is going to have length 6. So because this distance is larger, this distance between these 2 points is actually 18, we know that this is going to make up the major axis, so the minor axis is going to be the vertical axis. So we know the minor axis has length 6, and we're centered at the origin. So if we want the axis to be 6 units, we'll have to go up 3 units from the origin, and we'll have to come down 3 units from the origin. So now if we connect these 4 points, we'll have a rough sketch of our ellipse. So let's also go ahead and actually label these points. So we know that this point here was the first point we found, was the point 9, 0. The second point we found was the point negative 9, 0. Then we found these 2 points, which are 0, 3, and we found the point 0, negative 3. So just by looking at this, we see that we have a horizontal major axis. So what that tells us is that the equation of the ellipse that we're going to be looking at is x squared divided by a squared plus y squared divided by b squared is equal to 1. So what we have to do now is we have to solve or find a and b. And looking at this, that's actually pretty easy to do. So looking at these points on the major axis, we know this point 9, 0 is going to be the point given by a, 0. So what this tells us is that a is actually equal to 9. And now looking at the points along the major axis, we know this point here, the point 0, 3, is going to be given by 0, b. So what this piece of information right here tells us is that b is actually equal to 3. So now we have both a and b, and we can just substitute them back into this equation. So the standard form of our ellipse is going to be x squared divided by a squared, which is 9 squared, which is 81, plus y squared divided by b squared. Well, we already found b to be 3, so 3 squared is 9, and this is equal to 1. So the standard form of our ellipse is x squared divided by 81 plus y squared divided by 9 equals 1. Thank you.